Alright, hey guys, what's up? That was a fail. What's up? It's Brooks and Keat Mania here. Brooks and Keats Mania here. I always mispronounce her name. But I got Brooks on the phone. He's not really going to talk much. I was just talking to him on the phone. He's just going to listen in. This is a video on how to collect comic books. There's no right or wrong way. Well, I guess there is a wrong way. But I just want to give you guys tips. I don't know how I'm going to start this off. I'm just going to wing it. And there's Jimmy Neutron playing in the background, so you know.
Come on to my show!
Yeah. It's the movie, man. Let's do this. And by the way, I deleted those drop lesson videos, guys. Those are not good. It's very hyper. I'm sorry. They're gone. Me and Brooks decided it's not best for anybody to see those. Alright. How to collect comic books. So, what I've seen a lot of people, not a lot, but a little bit, of people, like, they're getting into comic books, but they don't really know where to start. And, before I started getting into comic books, I watched a video that actually helped me a lot. Well, actually, I bought some before, and then a little while later, I watched a video how to really get into it, because I actually enjoyed it. So, some helpful tips. I'm just gonna, like, answer some of the biggest questions out there. Where do you begin? Like, most people are confused on what superhero they should go and get a comic for first. And what I want to tell you guys is, two things. Sorry. Number one, if you're trying to figure out what superhero you should go by, and if you hear that clicking, I'm sorry, that's Brooks, but just when you think of superheroes, what's your main image? What comes to you? Is it positive? If it's positive, and there's this one superhero that you've always sort of been drawn to, or you enjoy the movies or something, what I want to say is go for it. Go for it. And if you have more than one, maybe two or three, you can get some of those too. Just maybe get like one comic of each. What I suggest though, let's say you think of a superhero. Most people, when you say superheroes, this is just a straight out fact. Most people will either think of Batman, Spider-Man, or the Hulk. Those are one of the three most bigger superheroes out there. One of the most popular ones. Of course, the most popular are Batman and Spider-Man. So let's say I ask you that. You think of Batman. So now I wouldn't recommend going straight into like old Batman comics. Like for instance, if you're gonna do Batman, I wouldn't recommend going straight into this kind of old. What I recommend, because these do cost more, what I recommend is let's just go and like get one of the newer issues of Batman that just came out recently, like this. This came out like maybe a year or two ago. But get one of the newest Batman issues. Just read it and see if you like it. And if you like those comic books, then I would recommend getting into older comics. But I will warn you, some newer comics for superheroes are not nearly as good as the older ones. So you could either get like a new one that's cheap like this, or an older Batman comic that's cheaper. Like the one I'm going to show you isn't too old. It's maybe 2004, but it's somewhat older, and it's for Batman Detective Comics. Then see if you like it. That's what I advise. Number two, let's say you want to get into comics, but you're not a superhero fan. That's alright. There's all kinds of comics out there. There's anime, manga, however you say it. There's Scooby-Doo, there's Simpsons, there's Disney comics for Disney characters. I'll show you some examples like right here. Scooby-Doo. This was my shit back in the day for comics. Or, if you don't like Scooby-Doo, no worries there. Let's say you get into Simpsons, you know? Or like that Disney stuff I was telling you about. This is a freaking Uncle Scrooge comic book. There's all kinds of stuff out there besides superheroes if you just want to get into stuff besides superheroes. So those are my two things on where to begin. Just try to experiment yourself. Just get a cheap version of comic that you think appeals to you, and find if you like it. And if you do, go ahead and spend more money on it. no worries. The cool thing with comics is, yeah, there's some out there that are worth quite a bit, and every month or year, I'd say, the prices of comic books get higher up there. But new comics are only like $2.99 to $3.99, at the highest rate $4.99, unless if they're those big books like something like this. But yeah, so just do that. All right. Now, what I recommend, if you're gonna do the new comic thing, like a basic place to start, I wouldn't recommend just going straight to a regular comic book shop first, because a regular comic book shop, if you go there, you might get like, I don't know, unless if you read comics before and you somewhat know what you're doing, go ahead. But if you go to a regular comic book shop, you might get drawn to other stuff. And I know there's definitely some more attractive looking things at regular comic shops, so you might buy something more expensive and then find out you don't like it. But that's just me. So like Barnes & Noble, they sell the latest, like newest comic books, issues, in the magazine section. So just maybe go there, check it out. But one thing's for sure, it's probably good to make sure you have a comic book shop in your area. Like my best friend Brooks, right here. He looked for the comic book shops in his area, and when I lived down there, I thought the only one was 30 minutes away. I go down there. Turns out there was 3 other shops in the city that we lived in. So it's good to search around, look for a shop in your area. If there's more than one, see which ones work. In 1 second, I gotta plug in this computer. Yeah. See which ones like have more variety. Maybe do what my friend did, call into the shop, or ask questions, maybe, or email them. Just get a gist of what's going on in the shop.
That's an idea for me.
What?
You got the calling idea for me.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I said do what my friend did.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. I was about to call you out, son.
Okay. Well, yeah, do it. That's an idea that he did. All right. Once you got that established, just go at it. If you really like it, go ahead and, just pursue it, I mean. Whether you like old-ass comics or fucking new comics, it doesn't matter. Either way, if you like it, and go to it. Now, I want to talk about taking care of your comics. Now, if you have a comic...
Oh, boy.
What?
I said, oh, boy.
Yeah. If you really get into comic book collecting, it's probably good that you take care of them. Because one thing with the comics is if you don't like a comic, you can always sell it. And things with comics is I don't sell my comic books, but I do like to see how much they're worth. They can go pretty high up. Even the ones that you think wouldn't be worth shit can be worth shit. So it's good to take care of them. As you may see, when I hold up a comic book, I'm not going to show that one. That one's bad. I have this slip on it, and then a board. These slips and these boards, they're not really expensive at all. You go to any comic book shop, they'll sell the boards. Basically, the boards go on the back of the slip, like you saw, and they just provide more pressure to it, so it doesn't bend as much and get damaged. And then the slips can cover over it like this. And these are cheap as well, just to make sure if you spill something, the slip can protect it, as long as it's not a giant spill, or if you drop a piece of food, the slip will protect it. That's basically what it's for, because if you don't use slips or boards, it'll be good as long as you be super careful, but otherwise, once your collection expands, they can be easily damaged, and that's what you don't want. It makes your collection look kind of shitty. To be that honest, it'll lose value if you're looking and just collecting to sell. It'll definitely lose value, but that's all right. You don't actually need a slip. It's just an idea, especially if you get those big books like I have. You don't need a slip. Those are more protective. So let's see. I talked to you guys about trying to find the right kind of comic for you guys. Protection. That sounded like I was talking about condoms or some shit. Protection. Nah, just comic book protection. Oh yeah, boxes. So there's these things called boxes, of course. Not trying to make you guys feel like a retard. Basically, looks like this. There's a cover to it. You put your comics in it, of course. Mine's not all the way full. It's like that. and it's just a good place to keep your comics. You basically put them straight up, and you can organize them in sections. You can get dividers like this. Basically divides it. You write, a section of comics in there, and you can just make it really nice. Basically what they're for is if you leave your comics out like near sunlight, they can get sun damage. So like the ink on it can actually smear, and the page can actually kind of not disintegrate, but like get kind of worse in a way. So the box is designed to keep it like in a darker place, because if you expose comics to light for too long, they're gonna get damaged. But if like you don't even need a box, like if you keep it in a closet or something that's more dark, or like a dresser drawer, you're gonna be fine either way. But yeah, it's just a good idea. It's something to invest in. These are really cheap. I think I actually got this box for $1.50. They don't cost much at all, and you can get longer boxes. So yeah, and this is probably not necessary, but also adding, when you're reading a comic book, like if you don't want to like bunny fold like a page to remember where you're at, because that will damage it, just look into getting like a little comic book bookmark like this. They're highly decorated. I'm like, most comic book shops just give them away for free. So yeah. And there you go. Also, just know that if you're new comic book kind of guy or kind of gal, they release new comic books in stores that sell comics every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. Wednesday is comic book day. And on May 5th, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe May 5th, there's something called Free Comic Book Day. And Free Comic Book Day is basically, it tries to get people into comics more. So you go to a shop, and they have like all these comics aligned there on the thing, and the ones on the counters that's set up, you get 5 each of those comics for free. And then all the other comics in the stores are on discount. So lots of people go, you get free comics. I have some examples in the back. Right here, the New 52. This was a series. On this comic book day, I got issue 1. This is actually worth a lot of money now, because the New 52 series is actually really big for DC now. This is when they're testing it out. They actually give out good stuff that, believe it or not, even though it's free, it's valuable over time, and it's just good, because let's face it, it's fucking free. You don't have to buy anything to have, like, there's no like expectations. Like, you don't have to buy anything for you to be able to get those comics. Like, you can just go and get the comics and leave. It's really cool. So that's basically my thing for you. I hope you guys enjoy, and just have a good one. Quick armpit itch, straight up, just show me itching my armpits before we leave. There we go. Brooks, you want to say goodbye, bud, to them?
See you later, motherfuckers.
Said see you later, motherfuckers. I'll see you later. Yeah, bye.